Hello. I just wanted to give you all an update. I was able to get my internet restored today, hopefully for good, if I'm able to successfully have sufficient funds to keep everything going. I wanted to talk a little bit about Bernie Sanders and about the election in general because that's what you all come to me for. I was suspicious of Sanders until I saw that the Black Lives Matters people, maybe the real group, maybe a false front group. In any case, they came and forced Bernie Sanders from the stage at the gathering that he was at. And this causes me to question whether or not he is a legitimate candidate here and that he might represent a threat to the establishment. Because to successfully attack people on the left, you have to attack them from the left. And the only way you could get to Bernie Sanders and actually do that is if he was coming at you from a true leftist position. So I'm not cynical about him, but I am still very much suspicious of his activities, especially if he were to somehow win the election, which I highly doubt. Of course, there is a freak show going on in the Republican side of things, and Hillary Clinton seems to be in meltdown mode. So what we have right now is a conglomeration of people who may or may not achieve some measure of national notoriety. And I guess from a Republican point of view, the best thing they can do is keep their head below water as long as possible. To avoid serious scrutiny and notice, and I believe Donald Trump is providing that cover for them by being so outlandish and buffoonish that he is preventing other people from being seen or noticed, even though their buffoonery is almost as ludicrous and ridiculous as his. So things don't look good. I mean, from a financial point of view, from an economic point of view, as I've said before, the economy that they tell you about in the media is in fact totally decoupled from the economy that we live every day in our lives. We are all subject to machinations and schemes, robbery, theft, every day, every single day, that does not touch or affect the economy of the upper classes, the super rich, the elite, the oligarchy, you understand. And that's part of the reason why I have been in the position that I've been in. And once again, to recap that for all of you who are interested and who would wish to help. I still am at a very critical juncture here. I am trying to obtain a loan at ridiculous and exorbitant interest rates, to be sure, but such is what it is, and I'm going to move ahead as best I can to try and tackle the issues that are present before me. But right now, I have my automobile, which I need for work, which needs 2 new tires, which obviously get the cheapest things I possibly can. It needs to be inspected. And also I need to pay for automobile insurance and for a month's mortgage payment because I'm behind 2 months in my mortgage. And as I've talked to you before, and I'll relate again for those who are interested, due to a series of medical problems that happened with primarily with my girlfriend, but also with her dog. She had an emergency room visit for something that she ate, had an obstructed bowel, which could have led to her death. That was out of the pocket expenses. My girlfriend had continued eye infections. She has very serious menstrual problems. She has variable menstrual cycle, excessive bleeding, and pain associated with that. We went through a whole mess of problems during the beginning portion of this year, and one of the things was that she has no medical coverage, so everything had to come out of pocket, and of course this bled what little savings I had dry. And understand me when I tell you that I need assistance. This is just for day-to-day living. I don't want anybody to think that you're paying off my ridiculous credit card debts or You're paying off things that I'm wholly responsible for. You're not doing that. When I'm asking you for aid, I'm asking you for aid in the here and now, for things that are needed right now. You know, and I'm not going to put the burden on anybody else, even for people who want to help me further, for things that I've incurred myself through my own idiocy and through my own fucked up mentality. So not a dime that any of you give to me is going to go to be paying off credit cards or debt that I incurred on my own through my own actions. I'm talking about emergency situations that have developed this year. And that includes issues with the house, with my water heater exploding. Well, it didn't explode, but gave out and had to be replaced. My laundry room flooded. Girlfriend's car transmission blew up. Now her car is dead. And luckily she is trying to arrange something herself through that, so that's not an issue here, to get herself a new vehicle. Basically it's just to get me over the hump and to keep me moving forward. And being in this low and desperate situation for 3 or 4 months, I was just at the very bottom of the blackest pit of depression you could possibly imagine. So when I ask you for help, it's a real serious need that I'm talking about. But I need to reiterate again, you're not paying for anything except for things that are vital and necessary. Things that are needed either for me to continue working, to continue to have a roof over my head, to continue to have water necessary for life. None of this money is going to be used for anything other than what I'm telling you it's used for. And I'm telling you right now that any debts that I've incurred outside of this are things that I'm going to handle myself, one way or the other, as time permits and as money permits. Okay? I want to reassure you of that, so you understand that I'm not asking anybody to come in and save me from my own stupidity. I'm talking about things that came down upon me from above, so to speak. Emergency situations that developed, medical situations that developed, spur of the moment things like cars breaking down and cars dying and the need for transportation, all this kind of stuff that I simply can't meet because I end up every pay in the hole. And that's why I am continuing the GoFundMe campaign, which I'll put a link to, and of course you can accept donations via PayPal as well. Now, also very kindly, New Saucerian Press, which is run by Andy Colvin, which you can find him on Facebook, and Chris Milligan from Trine Day, both of them donated books to me, which I'm going to offer for sale on Amazon. Now, due to my lack of internet activity, or connectivity I should say, I've been unable to list those books there, but they will be listed. They will be listed at a greatly discounted rate, okay, in an effort to try to move them as quickly as possible so that I can generate some cash. So if you're interested in conspiracy, paranormal, you know, all that kind of stuff, those kind of books, that's what's going to be there. It'll be on my Amazon.com seller page, okay, which I did have the good fortune of setting up. Hopefully all I need to do is list the books and we'll be ready to go. Okay, so if you're interested in buying some books and that way help me in that manner, that would be wonderful. And hopefully within the next week I'll be able to do that slowly but surely. And rest assured you'll get the product that you ordered. I guarantee it. So I'm going to still be here. Okay, I just wanted to give you an update. Now, so that's that. So let's go back to looking at how things are right now in the world. You understand, and I'm sure every one of you that are watching this video understand and realize that your everyday life is decoupled from any reality that is presented to you by the media or by any of the candidates running for office, none of which represent you. None of which are going to do anything for you, except perhaps for Bernie Sanders. And I'm putting him over in a side category because I'm still not sure what to make of him. I'm still very, very suspicious that he is just a left-wing flank for Hillary Clinton. and that he's going to end up delivering votes to her in the end from the left, because there are a lot of people on the left, and I'm talking about classical political paradigms here, not anything, you know, having any real substance or whatever, but just looking at it from the dictionary definition, if you will. There are a lot of left-leaning people in this country who are very disappointed with Hillary and the Democratic Party in general, and a lot of them will not just automatically cast their vote for her. You understand? That's why she needs someone on the left to sort of scour these people in. And then when push comes to shove and the election is here, and you got to choose the candidate, who are you going to pick? A clownish buffoon like Donald Trump with his fucking ridiculous hair, his misogyny, his bankruptcies, his supposed good business sense that has absolutely nothing to do with running a fucking country, or Hillary Clinton, who, by comparison, seems almost, but not quite, a real human being. And I think you can add all that stuff up and come up to the conclusion that I'm trying to bring you to. So be very cautious, okay, and watch as things develop and try to come to your own conclusions about that. But there are a lot of problems in this country, significant, real, detrimental problems in this country, and I don't see any of the candidates actually bringing forward plans to address them, okay? Now, I expect that out of the establishment candidates, everybody in the Republican Party. They should all go take knitting needles, jab them in their eyes, and then jab another set in their ears, and then bash their head into a brick wall, because they're all useless pieces of fucking shit. The same thing goes for Hillary Clinton, who basically is the only other Democratic candidate, unless you count Joe Biden, and Joe Biden is basically a corporate fucking shill, okay? If you're a corporation, you got Joe Biden in your fucking pocket. And you know what that means? That means he ain't going to do jack fuck for you or for me. Okay? So bear that in mind as well. So hopefully with the internet reconnected here at home, hopefully I'll bring you more regular political commentary and discussion, but that's all I have time for today. As the technician was here for a long time, he had to disconnect a whole bunch of stuff and reconnect. It was just a mess. He was here for like 2.5 hours. So I was running around trying to look at TVs and see what's working. So I don't have any more time today. But again, listen to me very closely. For people who want to help me, look in the upcoming days and weeks at my Amazon.com seller page if you want to help me by purchasing books. Okay. That would be wonderful. I have the GoFundMe campaign, and you can also contribute via PayPal. But listen to me very closely. You are not going to be contributing to anything except what is desperately needed. And what I'm looking for right now, money-wise, is $800. Okay? That will get me tires for my car, it inspected, insurance paid, and 1 month of mortgage. And honestly, I think that might be enough. It might be enough, and I could perhaps close off my GoFundMe campaign, but you know, I'm not sure about that yet. But I want you to realize, I want you to understand, any debts that I had incurred prior to that, anything else that I'm not telling you about right now, is not included in any of this. And none of the money that you give me is going to be used for anything other than that. Okay? I'm accepting responsibility for the incredible, massive amount of debt that I have. And as I said, you're not going to be paying credit card bills. You're not going to be paying me for lavish lifestyle, for running around at night at parties and zipping off to fucking Bahamas. Okay? It's not happening. Okay? Every cent that you donate is going to go to the things that I'm telling you it's going to. And that's it. Okay? Luckily this week I've had a couple people who have assisted me. I have a good friend who is going to buy some cat food and litter for Matira, who's sleeping over here next to me right now. I have to take care of her above all else. I'll starve first to make sure she gets food. But I'm not starving. I have food at home, okay? I'm not trying to make my situation out worse than it is. I'm telling you exactly how it is, okay? And every day is a struggle for me. And I'm sure there are a lot of you out there who are in the same position, who struggle with a really serious mental problem and serious soul-crushing depression, realizing that every day you wake up, you have nothing. You looking forward to nothing, and all you can do is count the days down to your next payday so that something can get paid, and then after that you get nothing again. So I just wanted to reassure you all that that's how that's going, okay? Now if you don't care about that, that's fine. I'm not going to be talking about this all the time, alright? As I said before in a previous video, I'm going to focus on the issues that you want to see me talk about, and I'm going to come here and I'm going to bring it, alright? And this will help me as well to stay sane and out of that pit of despair. So once again, let me say thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart, with utter sincerity, to everyone who has assisted me. If you've given me 1 penny, okay, to $100, whatever, okay, I thank you, I bless you, and I wish you prosperity, peace, and a grand future of health and happiness. For everyone else who has sent me kind words, who has sent me emails and messages, and please feel free to do that, okay, tenebrist@yahoo.com. You can also get me on Facebook, okay. Send me messages of goodwill. Tell me that you appreciate what I'm doing. You know, messages of, you know, trying to uplift me, just to say hi, whatever. If you've done all this before, please understand that I am truly grateful for that as well, because it has meant the world to me. So thank you again, and I'll be back with more very soon. All right. And this has been another edition of the Stench of Truth. Hopefully going to be coming back on a more regular basis. Thank you all, and good day.